Hi guys, welcome to RNS Homegrown. If you're new here, I'm Sheila, and today I want to introduce you guys to our new chicks. They're homegrown chicks. We hatched them ourselves, and in 2 days they're going to be 4 weeks old. They're growing so fast. And they'll be ready to stay outside in 2 more weeks. For now, I've been taking them outside every day and leaving them on the patio in the shade. But I bring them in every night. To make it easier for me, I have this tub sitting on a wagon. If you've seen our videos, you're probably familiar with our current flock. We bought them as babies from our local feed store in October of 2020. Some were Delawares. Some were Speckled Sussex. And we had one Americana. And then we got this big boy in January this year when we decided we wanted to start hatching our own eggs. He's a Copper Maran, and he is such a sweet boy. We got him from someone on a local farming Facebook group. Here's the incubator we used, and I think it did a great job. It holds up to 22 eggs, and it made the process super easy. We followed the instructions to a T, and we got 16 baby chicks from the 22 eggs we started with. It automatically turns the eggs and keeps them at a consistent 99.5 degrees. It takes 21 days to hatch eggs, and the first 18 days have to be kept at 50% humidity, and that is accomplished by keeping water in the A section of the reservoir and keeping the vent half open. And then on the last 3 days, the humidity has to be kept at about 70%, which is done by removing the cap to the B section of the reservoir and keeping water in both A and B sections and keeping the vent all the way open. It's our first time doing this, and we had no idea how many of the eggs would be fertile and how many would be roosters, or how many would just not make it to the end of the incubation period. So I decided to fill up the incubator with all 22 eggs. I gathered eggs over a few days to get the 22. I learned that they are fine to keep in a carton on the counter for a few days if they are kept with the pointy side down. There's a light on the top of the unit where you can candle the eggs to see how the eggs are progressing, but nothing should be candled in the last 3 days because it's important to keep the incubator closed for those days. We could see which ones had developed inside the shell, and we could also see the veins and the air sac. 2 of the 22 eggs did not have anything happening, so we tossed these. And our blue Americana eggs were so hard to see through, we couldn't tell if they were viable fertilized eggs or not, so we just decided to keep all 3 of them. And all 3 of them hatched. On the 20th day, we started seeing what's called pips, where the chick makes the first crack in the eggshell. And then right on time, on the 21st day, throughout the day, we had 15 little baby chicks hatch. And then on the morning of the 22nd day, the last one hatched. So we had 16 altogether. There were 4 left that didn't hatch, and I gave them to the end of the 23rd day. I decided to toss them because they hadn't even pipped yet. As they hatched, we waited until they dried a little bit, and then we took them out to put them in the brooder. In the brooder, it's important to keep the chicks warm. We really like the heat plate that we bought this year. It's so much more safe than a traditional heat lamp. And we also provide fresh water and chick starter for food. It's my hope that these chicks will have good genes, since their moms were never sickly and their dad is a really gentle rooster. Also, the Delaware and Speckled Sussex chickens are considered a dual breed, meaning they are good for both egg production and meat. And it's my understanding that the offspring of our Americana hen and our Copper Maran rooster will lay olive-colored eggs. That's just a fun bonus that we learned after we got the Copper Maran rooster. We haven't learned yet how to tell which ones are hens and which ones are roosters, so we're waiting at this point to see. Any roosters will be processed at about 16 weeks old, and also we will try to find homes for the number of hens from the older flock that are being replaced with new hens. We'll process any that we can't find homes for. Our plan is to hatch out a batch every year around this time so that a few new hens are added each year, so our flock doesn't age out all at once. Because when chickens reach about 3 years of age, their egg production goes way down. Thank you guys so much for going on this journey with us. We'll talk to you soon.